Many young people who think they fall in love are actually falling in love with the experience of love, because the other person gives a glow, qualities are attributed to him or her which do not exist. She marries a hero and lives with the husband. He marries a goddess and lives with the wife. Just suppose that while talking to you, I began tapping the pencil upon a table. You would notice it and perhaps consider the act strange, but if I did it every day, eventually you would not notice it. In order to bring it to your attention, I would have to pound much harder on the table each succeeding day. This is an indication of how sensations and feelings wear thin. If, therefore, a marriage is based wholly upon feeling and emotion, then love dies when the emotion dies. But where there is a love of the person because of the nobility of character and good-heartedness, then love never ends, but increases from day to day. An old German proverb states, "When love is young, it bubbles like new wine. The more it ages and grows clear, the more it becomes still." A young man may know and appreciate a number of young women, and yet in the depths of his soul remain unmoved. And then one day, a woman with no conscious purpose will release some secret spring in the depths of his personality, and from that moment on, she becomes the center of the world. What creates this new condition? It may have been knowledge of her character and personality, but it may also have been rather spontaneous, or what is called love at first sight. One may ask if each of us does not really carry in his or her own heart a blueprint of the one that he or she loves. This blueprint is made by our reading, our prayers, our experiences, our hopes, our ideals, by our mother and father. Then suddenly, the ideal becomes concretized and realized in a person, and we say, "This is it." Each of us carries around in his own heart the music that he loves. We hear a certain kind of music for the first time, and we immediately love it. It satisfies the rhythm and the tempo that is already inside our hearts. Love at first sight may be incomprehensible, but it is a fact nonetheless. In the end, it may not be first sight, it may be just a dream coming true. Beauty in a woman and strength in a man are two of the most evident spurs to love. Physical beauty and vitality increase vigor in each other, but it is to be noticed that beauty in a woman and strength in a man are given by God to serve purposes of allurement. They come at that age of life when men and women are urged to marry one another. They are not permanent possessions. They are something like the frosting on a cake or like the electric starter of an automobile motor. If love were based only on the fact that she is a model and he is a fullback on a football team, marriage would never endure. But just as the frosting on the cake leads to the cake itself, so too do these allurement pass on to greater treasures. Once on congratulating a wife who had a very handsome husband, we heard her reply, "I no longer notice that he is handsome. I notice now that he has greater qualities." Thank y'all for listening, and I hope that y'all have a wonderful, blessed day.